Well, apparently, the last episode I did in this series really touched a nerve. It was an episode titled The Fear That Some VO Talent Are Facing, and it was about the demands being made about your home studio being a certain thing. It touched a nerve in a good way, and I want to talk about that, what you had to say about it, and also give you two things that are time sensitive that you need to take care of today. And we'll do that as the VO Heroes podcast continues. So I was really concerned about the notion of sharing what I was thinking about the emails that are going around from the various agencies and casting offices asking you what equipment you have at home to do voiceover work, and intimating that that equipment has to be at a particular level for them to represent you or cast you or even bring you in for an audition or generate an audition for you. And when I did this podcast episode, I thought, okay, well, some people will comment on it and say something, except this generated more comments than any episode. Look at all these comments. It's crazy. And the one that I wanted to point out to you was one that my VO hero, Valerie Cirillo, said. And this kind of exemplified what most of the comments were about. And so maybe I didn't have so much to worry about. But here's what she said. She said, "My thought is, can you or other well-established, trusted names in VO bring samples, both on-air and demos, to some of these folks and do a good old-fashioned taste test? Because if they can't tell the difference by listening, then maybe it will give them the confidence to stop asking for things they think are necessary for a good finished product, but aren't." And I love that. I'm going to twist it a little bit, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a shootout. I'm going to do a shootout with different microphones and with different ways of connecting so that you can get really good audio between your space and whoever is asking you to audition or do the work. I think that's really the best way to deal with that, is to actually do a side-by-side comparison and say, look, can you tell the difference? And not say, do a blind test and not say which one is which. And let's see if people can pick that up. So I think that was a great idea. And man, I'm so thankful for I'm just continuing on down here. This is the other thing. Some people will make comments on items on social media or on podcasts and stuff, and they'll say little lines like, "Good job." Or they'll say, "Yeah, great thing to do." But if you look at the things that people had to say here, they just go on and on and on. And I love it. This is called comment density. And if you've ever done a survey after you've gone to a restaurant or someplace that wants to know what you thought of their service or thought of their product or service, they'll say, keep typing, keep going, and know that your comment is being ranked on how much you type. And I'm not ranking these comments, but what it shows me is that the length of a comment is directly proportional to how important that comment is, and the subject matter is to the person making the comment. So I wanted to thank you guys all for that. There's one other thing that I want to tell you, and that is that today, if you're listening to only if you're listening to this right away in the morning on Tuesday, June 2nd, will this make sense to you? So I'm going to do it really quickly. But Dan and I are going to go live on Facebook to answer questions that you might have about the idea of doing audiobook narration or working on ACX. We love doing this because we get to answer questions all across the board, whether it's about how to narrate, what to narrate, how to do the tech, how to handle the business side of things, how to deal with Audible and all that. It's going to be this afternoon, 1 p.m. Pacific time, and I'm recording this first thing in the morning, so that's why I'm saying this afternoon. June 2nd, 2020, 1 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Eastern time, and 9 p.m. in the UK. And we're going to go live and we're going to answer questions, and we're doing it today because there's one more thing I want to tell you. Today is the last day that you can get early bird pricing on the ACX Master Class. So that early registration reward, take action now. If you register before 9 p.m. tonight, you get the first $300 of the tuition paid for. We pay for it for you. And so this is the ACX Master Class registration for the home study course. So this is the registration page that you'll see. And if you act before 9 p.m. tonight Pacific time, then you get this extra early bird bonus, the early registration reward, where we pay the first $300 of your tuition. If you wait until after 9 o'clock tonight, it won't be available. You'll still be able to register for the class, but it'll be $300 more. So join us this afternoon for the Facebook Live, 1 p.m. We'll answer any question you've got. If you go to my Facebook page, I'll put a link in the show notes. If you go to my Facebook page, that's where we're going to do it, my profile. And we'll answer your questions. We'd love to do that. We'd love to take care of things and help you make the decision as to whether or not you want to learn how to do audiobooks. We'd love to have you. The course starts this Monday, so we're closing registration this week. All right, that's it. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for joining us on Facebook this afternoon. Thank you for considering the idea of maybe joining us for the ACX Master Class. I'm David H. Lawrence, the 17th. I thank you so much for watching and for listening. My throat is a little crazy today because I've done 7 webinars in 2 days, excuse me, on audiobooks and ACX and all that. So let me clear my throat and say once again, I'm David H. Lawrence, the 17th. I thank you so much for watching and for listening, and I will see you next time.